Hello everyone, my name is Layla Coves, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience with BIOL Labs and their undergraduate research collaboration. So who or what is BIOL Labs? Dr. Jinjin Ye, she is the head of BIOL Labs, and she is also professor of surgery in the Division of Surgical Oncology and Research. BIOL Labs is located at the UNC Lineberger Comprehensive Cancer Center, and it's located where the hospital is at. It's kind of tucked in a little corner, but you can find it if you're looking for it. And the lab's primary focus is to identify and study new therapeutic methods of treating pancreatic cancers. So it is important to note that this lab primarily focuses on pancreatic cancers, but more so on the side of finding new therapies, new treatments, new techniques of finding these treatments of pancreatic cancer. So BIOL Lab is heavy on their collaboration with undergraduate students. Dr. Jinjin Ye encourages undergraduate UNC students to volunteer in her lab. I just sent her an email explaining how I have been looking at her work, and she let me come volunteer in her lab, and I've been there for about 2 months now. The goal of this collaboration with undergraduate students is to teach the next generation of young surgeon scientists. So Dr. Ye has a mission to teach young students and let them know about different types of information, different types of fields of medicine early on in their career, which I think is very beneficial because I feel like the sooner you start, the better idea you'll have of what you want to do, whether that is medicine, whether it's research, whether it's anything of that nature. Next, this collaboration is a key factor of this lab, as Dr. Ye allows her selected undergraduate students to shadow and assist her research technicians and grad students, which is amazing because you get to learn from so many different people. You get to learn from Dr. Ye, you get to learn from her researcher technicians, you get to learn from different grad students working on their PhDs. You get to just see so many different aspects of the lab, which is really beneficial to an aspiring researcher, an aspiring medical student, anyone who is interested in being in the lab. And lastly, the benefits of this is that the collaborative relationship exposes undergraduate students to the field of research, allowing them to work on their skills early in their career. And like I said, this is extremely beneficial just because the sooner you start, the better chance you'll have of knowing what it is that you want to do, the more experience you'll be able to gain, and the overall stronger you'll be as a researcher. So my personal experience in BIOL Labs, like I've mentioned, I've been interning there for about 2 months now, and Dr. Jinjin Ye has demonstrated the strength and collaborative natures of her labs at Lineberger Cancer Center. And I say this because working with so many different students and different grad students and even undergraduate students, you just get to learn from so many different people. During my time there, I have learned so much about cancer research and lab techniques, including proper pipetting techniques, including the use of a single channel pipette and a multi-channel pipette, which you can see here. I've learned how to do Bradford dilutions, which is just, it's called a Bradford solution, and you just dilute it with water to make it a lesser concentration to eventually be able to do protein quantification, where you just count how many proteins are present in a cell. I've also gotten to use histology cassettes, which you can see in this picture on the left. So what I did when I did it, we just took tumor tissue, actual tumor tissues and then healthy tissues, and then put them in these cassettes, and then we put them in ethanol just to take them to the lab and just measure how cancerous the tissues were. BIOL Labs focuses on, like I said, pancreatic cancer, and this top image just shows the deconstruction of pancreatic cancer. So the areas of research that are important is that the role of tumor and stroma subtypes in pancreatic cancer is heavily studied in this lab, and the identification of new therapeutic drugs and therapies are the end goal in this lab. The research is centered on targeting pancreatic cancer cells and their identification through genomic analysis. So this just means the actual human tumors may be helpful to identify more selective targets for the identification of different genes that tumors may be addicted to. And then lastly, we have your novel therapeutics. So Jinjin Ye and her labs have established a patient-derived xenograft program. And this is where you have engraft actual human tumors into mice for several tumor types. And lastly, they have also recharacterized KRAS, KRAS-driven mouse models of pancreatic cancers, and KRAS models are just used for to study the possible genes in novel therapeutics. So again, they have discovered these two things, which is quite amazing. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening to my spiel about how amazing Yale Labs is. I'm loving my time there, and this is your sign to get involved with research as early as you can. Bye.